Welcome to the Late Boomers Podcast, where we bring you inspiring stories of people creating new chapters in life with style, power, and impact. I'm Cathy Worthington.
And I'm Mary Elkins.
Today, Mary and I are talking about something many older adults experience but don't always discuss: losing their appetite as they age.
That's right. And we recently read an article in the AARP Bulletin called "Why Aren't I Hungry?" And it really caught our attention because eating less is always just about dieting or trying to lose weight.
Or it isn't always just about dieting. Yeah, I know.
Well, it
Sometimes
usually
people,
is when you're younger.
yeah, but sometimes people just don't feel hungry anymore. And while that may sound harmless, it can actually affect energy and muscle strength and immunity and overall health. I got real interested in this because I know people that are that way.
Yeah, I'm not, but I think that a lot of people are. I've heard about it. So we're talking about something today that's related to this that many of us have really forgotten about, also thirst. And as we
Mhm.
age, our thirst signals can weaken too, which can lead to dehydration. And I'm noticing too that I'm drinking a little bit less water, so I consciously try to do it, drink more.
Good, good. Yeah, I do too. It's one of those topics that affects nearly everyone eventually, whether it's you, a spouse, a parent, a friend.
So, why don't we dive into why appetite changes happen and what warning signs to watch for and what simple things we can do to stay healthy and energized?
Yeah, and the first question I wanted to discuss is, why does appetite decrease as we age? Like,
Why?
what's up with that?
Yeah, what
But
is up with
I
that?
looked it up, and your metabolism naturally slows down. So we generally need fewer calories than we did in our younger years. And
Mm,
hormones that regulate hunger can change as we age.
Yeah, and that's true. And also, our sense of taste and smell often declines. And I notice, of course, after COVID, a lot of people lost their sense of taste or smell or both. And so then food doesn't seem as appealing or flavorful, and a lot of people add more salt or more sugar or spicier foods to their diet, and
Mhm.
because favorite foods and foods that are good for you may often be bland.
Right. I find myself really loving spicy food. But then
Yeah,
I know some older people won't eat the spicy food, and they
that's
say, "Oh,
me.
that really bothers me."
Mhm.
Yeah, I have several friends that say that, but it's like, but have you noticed that foods don't taste the same?
Yeah, lately I have, and I'm putting more spices, not spicy spices that are hot, but more spices on it. And salad dressings don't taste as good as they used to, the kind that the store-bought ones. So I'm making
Mhm.
my own. Yeah.
Well,
How
that's
about you?
healthier anyway. That's great because then you
Yeah.
avoid the extra stuff they add in those bottled ones.
I probably
But
put in too much olive oil.
yeah, and one point I wanted to bring up was, do you ever skip meals because you're not hungry? I do that a lot. And I don't think that's a real good thing to do, right?
Yeah, I'm never not hungry. The only thing that I'm hungry for are chocolate chip cookies,
Well, that
which
doesn't count as eating a meal.
I know it
I
doesn't.
don't even count that. But can
Well,
you
it's
still eat a
calories.
meal if you've eaten the
Yeah,
cookies first?
well, I don't eat them
Oh,
first. It's kinda like when you're a
oh,
kid, eat your dinner and then you get dessert. I still have that mindset.
oh, I see.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
also medications, and a lot of older people have to take medications, and that can lead to loss of appetite as a side effect,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
blood pressure or antidepressants, and I know that a lot of people who are retired don't really know what to do with themselves, and they get depressed, so they take antidepressants, and that can depress your appetite, and, also some diabetes medications I've heard also can depress your appetite or your taste.
Oh, sure, because the medications that everybody's using to lose weight now
Mm.
were originally diabetes drugs. That's how they
Yeah,
discovered that everybody was losing weight.
right. Right.
I don't know. Those drugs kind of scare me though, because there's no long term thing. And the people I know that have gone on them and not like the side effects gone off them, they gain all the weight right back. You can't keep the weight off.
But
So,
then a lot of them get really thin, and that's scary too.
oh, oh yeah, I haven't seen that happen because the only people I know that did it gave up on them. Didn't like taking them. One girl I knew, her hair was falling out.
Ooh.
Like I said, oh, I wouldn't take it another minute if my hair was falling
Right,
out.
right. You have that
but
problem anyway when you get a little older.
But we should encourage people, I think, to talk to a doctor. If your appetite changes when you start a new medication, unless it's Ozempic or something like that, then you're trying to lose weight.
Well, you have to talk to a doctor then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
But I
yeah.
also find eating alone reduces your interest in a meal.
But you eat alone a lot. You go out to dinner a lot by yourself. I don't. I
Well, if I go out by myself, I certainly eat because I've gone to the restaurant. But
mhm,
it's very frequent to not feel like eating when I'm alone at home. It's not as fun.
mm,
And both you and I have lost spouses.
yeah.
So it was a different situation when you were always eating with somebody
Yeah,
every
I
night.
know, it's true, and you cooked for them too, and now when you're older, I find I mean, this is terrible to say, but I'll open a can of tuna fish or can of chicken rather than go and get the fresh stuff from the market and just open that and have a big salad,
Mhm.
and that'll be my dinner. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, just it's fun to
Yeah.
cook for somebody, but when you're alone, why? It's
Yeah, I'm sort of sick of cooking.
well, you do cook for your daughter, which is nice.
Yes, I do. But
Yeah,
that there again, it's having family over and making that extra trip to the grocery store and that maybe looking up an extra recipe.
right, a new
The other night
recipe.
they came over and I actually made something I'd never made before and they liked it.
Was it good?
I just grabbed something off the internet. Yeah, it was. It came out good. Now I'm blanking
What
on
was
what it
it?
was.
Oh,
I'm blanking on what it was now.
never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
Well, I mean, like you said, you had them over. It's a social event. Meals have always been social events. Religions hold meals as social events.
Yeah.
And holidays, meals are a social event. And so, people perhaps if people met with friends for lunch or dinner or joined a community meal or actually sharing more dinners with more relatives, with close family or just cousins, maybe they would eat healthier and they would eat more and more better, which is not
Unless
a
you eat
pretty
with
this way.
people Unless you eat with people that are a bad influence on your eating because all they eat is maybe fried food or sweets or stuff like that. They can make you worse too.
Well,
Not
that's
as
true.
healthy.
That a lot of those holiday dinners do that. I mean,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, and also those of us with dental problems, that can keep you from eating for sure. You don't wanna put food in your mouth because 'cause you're in pain. And some people who wear dentures, if they don't fit right, they have trouble eating and they can't chew. I can't even imagine. I love apples, and I'll have an apple a day to keep the doctor away. And, but they're good, they're great. You can eat them with even just some peanut butter or something on them, and they're delicious. But if you have dentures, how do you even eat an apple?
I don't know. I guess you cut it real tiny
It very
or you put it in the blender or something like
yes,
that and make it into juice.
yeah,
But but also digestive issues can really affect and reduce your appetite. Like you could have acid reflux or if you have constipation or something like that, stomach discomfort. It's all we're veering into the dark now, so let's think of something
yeah.
more positive to say
Why
about it.
don't we? I think so because I still like to eat, and I'll eat breakfast, I'll just kinda nosh for lunch, and then for dinner, I'll have a big, healthy dinner with all the different nutrients in it, plus my cookies.
Mhm. Good.
Yeah,
Well, society around us really celebrates weight loss. And so when people start losing their appetite for eating as they get older, they feel, oh, good, now I'll lose weight. But it really doesn't correlate like that. Uh, and unintentional weight loss is really a disaster for
Well,
people.
that's what then people look and say, "What's wrong with me?" "Do I have cancer? Do
Yeah,
I have diabetes?" But
yeah.
that's looking at the dark side. So, let's talk about things that people should do because, I mean, if you lose weight, you're losing muscle, and muscle loss can create a lot of problems. So, let's talk about strength training and balance training and alleviating the risk of falling, because I know you and I
Mhm.
are both doing strength training right now.
Right. I do strength training, yeah, and you do too, where they increase the weight every time so
Mm,
that you know you're building muscle because you're doing more weight every single time you go there.
yeah.
But also, I do a thing called osteostrong, which is for building bone and rebuilding bone. And that is really a good thing for
Well,
people to do
what does
as
it entail?
it's only 4 pieces of equipment that take about so in about 60 seconds or something. I mean, you have to go from one to the other and you have to do it properly, and they're overseeing you, but you're doing different groups of the body. So the different 4 pieces of equipment, rather than strength training on muscle,
Mhm.
is affecting your skeleton. So you're actually increasing your bone. And people that do bone density tests, my bone density is really good
Yeah?
right now. And
Hmm.
I've been doing this for 2 years. So it really does build on itself. And a lot of people, in our age group go there.
Mhm.
And younger people go there too, though,
Mm.
because people know they need it.
Yeah,
Let's talk about protein because I think protein is very important and we hear so much about it now. And it's very, very hard, I think, to eat enough protein, especially if you don't feel
yeah.
like eating.
Right, right. And
It's
even when
hard
you
to eat
do,
enough grams. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Even when you do feel like eating, I mean, I can't imagine eating a whole big steak. I just can't. But I could
Well,
eat it. I
not
mean,
me.
a piece of chicken, I think you have to have your 2 or 3 meals a day where you have the protein
Hmm.
divided up in different meals. And,
But there's
um
other sources of protein too. Like I always use marine collagen. I put in my tea first thing in the morning. So I've already had 9 grams of protein when I step out to do my walk. I've already had a cup of tea with collagen. So there's
mm,
a lot of ways to beef it up. If I make a
yeah,
smoothie, I put protein powder in the smoothie and I put milk in the smoothie, which has more protein, and flaxseed has protein.
mhm,
There's a lot of places to get it, but you have to remember to kind of add it in so that
yeah.
you're not just relying on eating a piece of chicken.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about collagen and protein and peptides because I had heard that
Uh-huh.
peptides were really a panacea for pretty much everything. And they make the protein powder or the collagen powder with peptides, and all peptides are amino acids which are protein. And so I've heard of people miraculously healing quicker from broken ankles or
Mm. Oh.
skin issues. It helps grow your hair. The peptides and the collagen. The collagen is our connecting tissue. Really, it works with the connecting tissue, so it helps with pain. And I think that's something that you and I should talk more about at a time when we can really research it. But I think that's something that people could look into more.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because
and
I don't eat beef, I only eat the marine collagen, so I don't
mm,
eat the ones that come from cows. And I think you're the same way. You don't eat beef, right? So you have to watch the ingredients, what the ingredients are.
yeah, and I mean eggs, dairy,
Sure.
Shell shellfish, chicken, and beef, I think all have, peptides in them, and obviously
Mhm.
collagen. Collagen is really a kind of a gelatin. A lot of people will boil a chicken, and they get that film on top of it that isn't the grease, and some of that is collagen, and
Oh, so you
it's
should be eating the
like
the
gelatin.
broth. Yeah,
Yeah,
eating the broth too.
yeah.
And you can also have protein-rich snacks, like Greek
Mhm.
yogurt has a lot of, protein in it. I
That's
eat that
my
a lot.
breakfast with cottage
And
cheese.
and cottage cheese too, yeah, and eggs. I had eggs today, this morning, before we're taping this.
Mm.
And nuts have protein.
Oh,
not a
yeah,
whole lot. You can't rely on protein, but when you're adding in a snack like that, they certainly have a lot more protein than potato chips.
you bet. You bet. I eat
Even though
tons
I
of nuts.
love potato chips.
Mm. I'd rather eat nuts. Maybe a little trail mix, with a little chocolate in it, but just the nuts are I don't think chocolate has protein.
But
But
yeah,
yeah. But then, presentation really matters with food. When you go to a restaurant and you've got a star chef, they'll always make your food look beautiful, and that's why so many people take pictures of their food and put it on the internet.
I know.
But I don't do that for myself. Do you?
What, put pictures on the internet of my
No,
food?
no, no. Well,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
talking
you
about
mean
food,
presentation on the
prepare
plate?
making food pretty.
I don't, not for myself. May in very little. I
Yeah,
enjoy it when I see it in a restaurant, though. I really love it. Remember
yeah.
when you and I were in New York last year, we went to
Oh,
Daniel,
Daniels,
a
yeah.
and the presentation there was, like, off the charts. It
It
was
was
so
gorgeous,
amazing.
and we did take pictures. It
Oh,
was so
yeah,
beautiful, and
but
not
I
only
didn't
that,
post them.
it tasted great. We have to tell you, plug
Oh,
for
yeah.
Daniels here. It was
Why not?
it was
Why not?
yeah, well, let's talk about thirst because that's an issue I
Mhm.
think that, we all sometimes you think you're hungry when you're really thirsty, and so I think that's a body signal that we often ignore. What do you think?
Yeah, I know people that just don't even drink water. They just don't drink it. They drink coffee or booze or something else, but they don't
I'm
drink
gonna have
water.
some right now.
I have water here too. Here, we'll toast to the in the water.
Yes.
Toast in the water.
Oh, you want me to put my cup up too? Here you go. Well, let's see if we can toast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Perfect.
toast. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
I was real surprised in the research that the aging can affect thirst just as much as hunger.
yeah,
So we have to be really careful that we do take in some water. Water,
water,
right?
not I mean, coffee and orange
Not
juice.
orange juice,
Well,
not.
it's very sweet, but it still is a liquid, and it does replenish some of the liquid in your body, but it's so full of sugar and apple juice and all those awful soda drinks that people think are,
Oh, they
quenching their
dehydrate you.
thirst. Yeah, they
They
do.
dehydrate you. I think alcohol does too.
Yes, it does.
But many people just wait till they feel thirsty to drink water, and by that time, you could be partially dehydrated. Didn't
Mm.
you know somebody that got seriously, dangerously dehydrated?
Yes, absolutely, and it was a young man, and he was out doing some sporting event, and he just ignored it, and he got very, very ill, and I think that we have to very much pay attention to all of that, and also, I mean, let's think about when we feel tired, really tired, or we get headaches or dizzy, or our mouth is dry, or we get confused. A lot of that is a symptom of dehydration that we ignore or we'll take an aspirin for and think it's something else. And just
Yeah.
sometimes a glass of water, which I'm really thirsty, I'm gonna have another sip, would really help.
Just talking about it makes you
Mm,
thirsty, right? But sometimes dehydration can look like other health problems, right? So,
exactly,
when
exactly.
really you needed it early in the day. I know some people drink their water late at night before bed, and then they get up 3 or 4 times to pee, and that just ruins your sleep.
Well, I
So they
do
do
that
say
and I
you
drink
need
all
to
day.
hydrate. You need to hydrate a lot in the morning and somewhat in the afternoon. Cut the caffeine in the afternoon. Now we're switching to better sleep, but it all makes for better sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of, having a glass of water and drinking it before I go to bed, but it doesn't really bother me to get up because I'll go right back to sleep. It's just I think it's good to just keep hydrating constantly if you can. Sometimes you can't even get to water, and also too, a lot of people, older people, I mean, they have problems in that they get very dizzy or they fall, and that can well, they can die from that, and so you have to be
Yeah, I
really, really careful about that.
because I think if you fell and you ended up in the hospital because of the fall, They might not think that you're dehydrated. That might not be the first thing they're checking.
That's
They
right.
might think you had a stroke or you tripped or you injured, most of the times when people a lot of times when people fall, they don't even know why they fell.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
uh and also people have to watch out when they're traveling or exercising. Uh,
Mhm.
when you're traveling, you're off your routine, so it's very easy not to have access to the water.
That's
You've
right.
got you're in Paris walking around all day, you've got to stop off and buy a bottle of water and carry it around with you,
If
otherwise
you can carry
oh,
it,
and
better to
speaking
sit
of
in the cafe and have your
oh,
water
yeah,
and a cup
yeah,
of
with
maybe
a
have
with a
that
glass of wine.
well, or a little, hot chocolate or, decaf or something, or just a little demi-tasse of coffee because they do make good coffee in Paris.
Yeah,
So,
but right now, nobody's drinking that, they're dying of the heat over there, people are
yeah,
dying. It's a
I
real bad
know.
heat wave.
I
So, but there's
know.
heat everywhere in the summer, so keep keep a water bottle. I always keep one in my car. Keep one going, keep replenishing it. Don't use all those
Yeah.
plastic bottles, of course. Use
Yeah,
your
yeah,
metal
yeah.
metal one. Put ice
Right,
cubes
or
in it before
glass.
you leave. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love what I love to put ice cubes in mine or, keep it in the fridge up until I leave the house and put it in the car.
Mm.
But it's really good to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't even drink cold water. I just drink not lukewarm, but I drink room temperature water. I don't like the ice. I just want the water. It feels there's even water tastes good if you can taste it if you're not used to drinking all the other liquids to replace the water. If you're not a soda drinker or a coffee drinker all the time or any other type of juice, you can actually taste clear, pure water. It's
Mhm.
delicious. So, yeah,
Yeah, I think so too. I
yeah,
like iced tea a lot, though. I do.
yeah, I know, but
But yeah, but I
there's other
think
things that you can help with dehydration. I mean, you love watermelon, right?
no.
Oh, you
I
don't like
cannot
watermelon?
eat watermelon.
I
No,
can't eat it
I'm
either.
allergic to it.
No,
I
that I'm
think it
allergic to
makes my
watermelon.
we both are allergic to
Yes,
watermelon. Why
isn't that
why would you think I
bizarre?
could eat
Well,
that?
our audience is gonna have, Kathy and I are allergic to watermelon, well, whatever, but,
Yeah, who
oranges.
cares?
Yeah, I know
Oh,
exactly.
oranges
I
and
love
lots of
oranges.
vegetables and fruits have water in them, which is great. A lot of the fruits. Yeah, apparently oranges are much better to eat than actually drinking orange juice. You want to eat the
Yes,
orange.
I
So you're
do.
getting the fruit and the fiber and stuff like that. But
Exactly.
cucumbers have it. And something I didn't think about before looking up stuff for this discussion is that soups they have a lot of water. That's
Yeah,
what
it depends
soups are
what
made from.
kind, though. A lot of it has a lot of salt in it, and I guess if it's hot out, it's good to have salty soup, but, to
I don't
keep
know.
that water in, but
Well, it can't be your only source of water, of course, but having a soup meal in the summer might rehydrate your body pretty well. And
gazpacho.
it's not when I think, oh, gazpacho, it doesn't have
Old
hardly any
gazpacho,
water.
yeah.
But that's
That
hardly
sounds
any
good.
water. It's just
And
ground
and
up
I
tomatoes.
Yeah, really, and I know you love tea. I like the herbal tea. I don't like caffeinated tea because it makes me
Mhm.
thirsty. So again, there's lots of ways to stay hydrated with just plain water.
Or beyond plain water, you could, if you don't want to do plain water, there are other ways to stay hydrated because they make all these uh, add waters with extra ingredients to trick people into, your palate says water's too awful to drink. Like I know some people
Oh,
just don't like water.
it's
Yeah.
unbelievable, but
And then you go, well, but it's true.
yeah, I know,
And
I know.
do you think, Mary, that your eating habits have changed over the years?
Um, Not much for me because I exercise a lot, and so I tend to eat I maybe when I was a kid, I would eat lots of cereals and
Yeah.
oatmeal and things like that. I don't do that anymore. Most of the time, my breakfast is yogurt and cottage cheese and fruit, and, that
Yeah, I think we've all evolved somewhat in our eating and because I really find that foods do taste different than they did when we were younger. I
Well,
mean, because when I was younger, I wouldn't have been able to add red pepper and all these things that I add now. I wouldn't
mm,
have even liked eating that. And now I just love all that spice and deliciousness.
mm. Yeah, I don't add that now. I used to have, when I was a kid, hot, spicy food eating contests with my grandfather,
Oh
and
dear.
yeah, and he would win.
Wasn't he a good influence on the
He was
child?
yeah, now I don't eat it at all, except I do make good chili, but I don't put a lot of chili in it. I put lots of other things in it. So, y
Mm-mm.
y
I
and
love
you I know
I
you like
love
really
making I
spicy
make
food.
turkey chili and I put a lot of chili powder in there. I got to
Yeah,
really be able to taste it. So
yeah, I
what
have
healthy foods do we both always keep in our kitchen?
oh, that's a good question. Well, you go first.
I always have Greek yogurt, usually have cottage cheese, and I always have some cheese. So that's a lot of dairy, and some people can't
Cheese.
handle the dairy, but I'm pretty good with dairy. So I do keep those. I always have milk, which usually is for my tea. I'm not drinking milk except when I make a smoothie, and I don't make a smoothie every day. And then I try to always keep greens on hand because when I make a smoothie, it's half greens. All the mixed greens you can buy in the market in a bag. They're already
Mhm.
pre-washed. I love that. I always have that on hand.
I wash it anyway.
I always keep protein powder on hand. Yeah, there's lots of healthy stuff in my fridge and my pantry.
Yeah.
What about
I
you?
well, like I said, I eat yogurt and cottage cheese every morning. I keep buttermilk. I've learned to really enjoy buttermilk. It's just, and sometimes this sounds weird, but sometimes I'll add it to my cottage cheese and yogurt. It's just something I
Oh,
like.
I've never acquired that taste at all. My
I
dad used
know
to drink it. Are you
it's
drinking it, a glass of it? You're
no, but
actually drinking
I
it?
drink a little. No, I drink a little of it. And I also keep a lot of nuts, a lot of unsalted nuts,
Yeah, I do too.
often raw, sometime, and then I'll put them in the microwave or the air fryer just to feel like they're toasted. Sometimes I'll get them already toasted. I keep cheese, which I eat. I really don't eat it much. Well, I do. I always keep lettuce for my salads because I love salad at
I
virtually
always
every
have salad
dinner.
stuff, especially
Yeah.
arugula. I always have arugula.
I have I have them all the greens, and I keep, cheese to put on my salads, but I don't usually eat it during the day, I'll or unless I'm having a big salad for lunch. I keep collagen peptide, powder. I have lots of vitamins that I take. Um, I keep, a lot
Vitamins
of
don't count
fruit.
as food.
I keep
Yeah, I do. I buy
a
fruit.
lot of
I
fruit,
buy a lot of
apples,
fruit too.
berries, bananas, or tangerines. Those are
Well,
in my
I think
fridge.
we just all need to go over and eat at Mary's house. So, just let her
I
know
think
you're coming. Let
I
her
think
know so she
so.
buys extra of all that, but
Well,
but
yeah, let me know, and I
sounds like
put
a
out
great
all the
thing.
dishes.
Okay, what
So
habits can we tell people to help them remember to drink water?
well, when they feel thirsty, drink. Have 8 ounces of water in the morning, and well, that would be like you did 1 8-ounce cup a day, per meal, then you'd get, 24 ounces, but I don't think that's enough. So if you drink
No, because when I went to the doctor one time to lose weight, he had me drinking 32 ounces of water before lunch and 32 ounces of water after lunch.
mm,
And that's a lot of glasses of water. And
yeah,
that's very beneficial for someone losing weight, of course.
mhm.
But so we don't need those massive amounts, probably. But maybe people would be dehydrated if they wait to feel thirsty. So they should drink it right when they wake up before coffee. And my
Y
physical therapy guy tells everybody, people would say, I don't know why my coffee makes my legs cramp. He said,
oh,
that's not what's making your legs cramp, he told the client. He said, no, you need to drink water before you have the coffee. then the cramping won't happen because you're
Hmm.
dehydrated when you wake up.
Hmm.
You're sleeping all night and you're very dehydrated. So that was very eye-opening to me when I heard him tell that other client at the therapy place, which was and I think eating with friends is so valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating
But
with
not
friends.
necessarily drinking alcohol, which is you're tempted to do when you eat with friends. It's water's always the best thing, or at least to have as much water as you do the alcohol, when
Oh,
you're doing
sure.
that,
You
or
gotta add
more.
water in, but I'm not going out for friends without a martini. Sorry.
Well, and also
All about the
too
martinis.
yeah, I know for you. And also too, again, remember that oranges and vegetables like cucumbers
Oh,
and
yeah.
watermelon, which neither one of us eat, but, that's that that can suffice as extra liquid. It's just I think we have to pay attention to what kind of fruit and liquids that we put in our body, cut back on the diet drinks and the diet, supplements you put into your coffee if you don't eat sugar unless you're diabetic. And I think that that's, if you combine the healthy food and the healthy fruit with water, that you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
let's wrap up a little bit.
yeah, let's wrap it up. So today's takeaway from the two of us is pretty simple. Um, And if you're eating less and drinking less than you should, don't automatically assume it's a normal part of aging and don't do anything about it. Just you've got
Pay
to keep
attention, yeah,
yourself.
to your body signals
Yeah,
or the
pay
lack of them, because sometimes your body is not telling you anything.
right.
But small changes in appetite and hydration can have a huge impact on your energy, your strength, and your overall quality of life.
That's right. Think about quality of life. And if you notice a significant weight loss or ongoing lack of appetite or signs of dehydration, be sure to discuss it with your healthcare provider. It's really important.
And if you found this episode helpful on our Late Boomers podcast today, please share it with one friend who may need this information.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to Late Boomers on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
And remember what we late boomers always say:
It's never too late to think and rethink what's possible.